Alrighty, welcome everybody. If you're watching this live, hit that like button to let everybody know on YouTube we are here. And if you're watching the replay, you can fast forward. Let's continue to promote this. We are about an hour away from getting some of the first polls in the U.S. I am expecting a volatile market here today. We will start here in a couple of minutes. Hit that like button so more people can see that we are live. And let's get rolling. Definitely going to be a crazy next 24 to 48 hours. Let me know in the chat where you're tuning in from. I'm excited that you're here. Start here in a couple minutes. If you are watching the replay, you can fast forward. If you are watching this live, hit that like button. Let us know where you are tuning in from as well in the chat. Excited that we are about.
There's a new way to.
Well, we're about an hour away from polling starting to close. We should have some real volatility here tonight in all of the markets, especially in crypto. So we'll start here in about 2 minutes. After here, let's go. Live on YouTube right now, starting here in about 30 seconds to 45 seconds. Let's get it. We got a U.S. election going on. You know what that means. Markets are going to move. Spread the word, we are live. Excited that you're here. Illinois in the building, Slovenia in the building, Spain in the building, Greece in the building, Germany in the building, and Israel in the building. One in the chat if you are ready to get this thing started. I'm excited that you're here. Thanks for spending your election day if you're in the U.S. with us. Welcome everybody to today's call. Right now, we're just streaming this thing on YouTube. Excited that you're here. My name is Mike Sotero. Maybe somebody said, hey, jump on this stream. I've been an entrepreneur for the past 11 years. Just got Dodgers World Series hat. So I'm showing it off. I haven't even taken the stickers off. But anyways, we're not talking about baseball here today. We're here to talk about the markets. What's going on? We got a U.S. election going on. And I remember, 2016, I was not trading. 2017, I got into crypto. In the beginning of 2017, 2020, post-election, during the election was when we had the biggest breakthrough. 2021, my portfolio hit its all-time high. And if you were in crypto, you know what I'm talking about. After an election year, after a Bitcoin halving, which tends to just be on the same year as an election, things go crazy in the market. Now, we are about an hour away from us knowing, okay, because in the US, our elections are based on who wins each state. Now, just to disclaimer this, I'm not here to convince you to vote for whoever you did. It's already kind of done with, whoever is going to win is going to win. But do I have permission? I'm going to do it anyways, but I just want to make sure you're not sensitive and soft because we don't have time for that. I'm just going to tell you that I'm not going to share with you my political beliefs. It doesn't matter at this point. But what I'm going to share with you, and you can put a 2 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying, what I'm going to share with you is pros and cons, okay? Pros and cons of everything here today. Just like there's a cause and effect, there's also pros and cons to Harris winning and pros and cons to Trump winning. But I'm going to speak to you about the pros and cons in the markets, okay? So do I have permission in the chat? Drop a 2. If I do. I'm excited. We got Italy in the building here. What's up, Sue? What's up, Aussie King? Jessica, Ireland. Good to see you guys. Glad everybody is here. And please hit that like button down below. It lets more people on YouTube know that we are live and we can really maybe make an impact. I do see some setups that I'll give you here on Ethereum that I'm looking at taking as well. Now, one of the things that is just kind of crazy because Polymarket is built on Ethereum. One of the things that a lot of people are using on social media is like Polymarket. And when money goes into Kamala, the market moves, and Trump, the market moves. Look, this is not accurate. I'm not using this to determine who I think is going to win. Okay, remember, if somebody threw $1 billion right now on Kamala here, like the percentages would just change. So I never really said, hey, Polymarket's good. It's cool because it's built on ETH. And I think Ethereum is going to have a massive run here. But don't get too caught up in this. This is what's going to matter in the next couple of minutes, okay, or the next hour here. And maybe we'll see some of the states that win. Now, if you don't know, we can see right here, we're expected to get results from Arizona around 10 p.m. Eastern. Florida, where I live, in Miami. We're supposed to know around 7 p.m. Eastern who wins Florida. Florida's a big one, okay? Then you have Georgia. Georgia is one of those swing states for this election. So Georgia and Florida should come out in the Eastern time. Michigan, that's a swing state. North Carolina, a swing state. Now, why do you need to know that? Which candidate is more pro-crypto? In the chat, you tell me, which candidate is more pro-crypto? Okay? I mean, Trump just launched, his family just launched a freaking exchange, a borrowing and lending platform for accredited investors in the US literally like 2 weeks ago. So who do you think is more pro-crypto? Now, if people think Trump's going to win, it's up to you. But who's more pro-crypto? Okay, we know it's Trump. Now, will Bitcoin perform in a Harris administration if she's the president? I think Bitcoin will, but I think, and I've heard a lot of crypto people say this, and I agree with it, that altcoins could really, they could be penalized if she wins. Why? Not because of her, but because of Gary Gensler, who will probably remain as the chair of the SEC. When you're the president of the United States, you can remove the chair of the SEC at any moment. Now, he'll still be a part of the SEC, but he's not the one that makes the decisions. Does that make sense, everybody? And if you haven't studied anything in crypto, Gary Gensler is pro-crypto behind the scenes. He taught at MIT about blockchain in 2018. He's also heavily involved and heavily was involved with the FTX scandal, the exchange that lost $16 billion. He was heavily involved in there, and I did a whole video on that. So if, let's just say these electoral votes start coming in, Trump wins this one, Harris wins this one, you're going to see market volatility here today. Now, I'll give this setup to you. What's my dog doing? I'll give this setup to you here. Okay, I've been scalping ETH all week, but right now I'm in no positions on ETH, but I really like ETH to make a move down here to 2392. Okay, so if we see something like this, okay, I'm just going to give this to you now, and then we're going to go through some stuff. And look, I'm going to do a lot of Q&A here. I'm going to answer a lot of questions on today's stream. All I need you to do, I'm going to refresh the screen, is hit the like button for me real quick. Hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, obviously you can do that if you think you're getting value. But just hit the like button real quick. I want to see if we can make this YouTube stream go viral on YouTube when people are searching crypto right now, because they are. So please do that. Okay, so here's what I'm looking for on ETH. If ETH makes this type of move to the downside, I already have limit orders in this entire box. Okay. Now, obviously, we're always going to play risk to reward. I like the risk to reward here, because if we play something like this, I'll probably play 23. I'll probably look for a bigger risk here, to be honest. Probably 23.10. And I'm looking for the swing. Like, I'm looking for a massive, okay, maybe that's a little bit too deep there. I'm looking for the massive swing here. Back to this high at 2,700. Now, in trading, you obviously, I'm not going to do a whole class on this right now, but there's two types of like traders that the world will deem you. They'll call you either a scalper or a swing trader. Now, I identify more. I have been scalping here today because it's fun. And I've been home all day. I've just been kind of just chilling until this call and getting some stuff ready. But I identify more of a swing trader. What does that mean? A swing trader necessarily doesn't need to be days, weeks, or months, but I'm okay with a bigger time frame. And this is actually on the 30 minutes. So my entry is actually on a lower time frame, but my exit is actually on like 4 hour and daily. Actually, it's actually on the daily, but we'll just leave it like this up here. So I identify more of like swing trading. So what that means is I'm looking to take a trade on Ethereum. This will be the first part that I start scaling in. This will be a leveraged position. This is this zone down here. And I will look for the market to go higher. And the farther it goes higher, the more I could potentially make, of course. Now, I will have some exits along the way. One of my first exits will probably be at 25.60. And I think this right here is going to get taken out. I just hope the market comes down first, because I'm not in this trade right now. So let's pray that we can get this scalp down. Now, here's another unbiased thought. Trump starts to take the lead here. Maybe he wins it. But if he starts to take the lead early on, everybody's expecting the market to go what? Market to go higher. Well, guess what? What if the market just drops significantly? And also on BTC, as we go into this election, this played out very nice. All my students, we covered this in a lot of different places. This $67,000 level played. We did have BTC at 70,500 today. Now, right now, and really for a very long time, even since September, Bitcoin has been bullish. Even this structure right here, like for all the new people here, you had a low, high, low. Yes or no? Is this level right here higher than here? Just simple. Is this higher than here? Yes or no? Is this level right here higher than here? Yes or no? We're not talking brokers on here. Do your research on brokers. Most are scams. Okay, this one is higher than here, so yes. Then the market comes down, so you have high, low. Okay, there's also a low there. And then boom, you have a higher low. Guess what? You have a high, you have a low, you have a high. So Bitcoin is still bullish no matter what. The only scenario where I could see Bitcoin flipping into a bear market would be, or not a bear market, would be if we came aggressively and did something like this, and then now we have a high, lower high, and we start failing, then we could be in some trouble and maybe revisit these levels. Now, I've publicly said this, and I still do believe it. Maybe it doesn't have to happen right now. I do believe we will see these levels again down here. Probably not right now, though. Okay, should we get into stables, Mike, if Kamala wins? No, that's what everybody, that's what they want you to think. Okay, if Kamala wins, I would not get into stable coins. Okay, at this moment, alts are already down. Altcoins are down. Let's go take a look at this free website here, CoinGecko.com. I got a DM a couple of days ago. They said, Mike, why don't you use CoinMarketCap? CoinMarketCap is owned by Binance. Manipulate data. Okay, CoinGecko is probably manipulated too, but at this point, I like CoinGecko better. Let's go to CoinGecko. Now, you can see here, like Solana is really the only project that's near its all-time high. You can say BNB as well, but ETH is still so far away. XRP is far away. I don't mess with meme coin, so Dogecoin is, whatever. Cardano, irrelevant. Toncoin, completely irrelevant. Toncoin blows up, and then they put the owner in jail, like absolutely madness. Avalanche still very far away. Chainlink far away. So how this market will work is if Bitcoin breaks, okay, let's say Trump wins this thing. Okay, let's say Trump wins. I don't see a reason why we don't break an all-time. If they announce that he wins today, I don't see why this doesn't break an all-time high here tonight and break 75, 80K. Altcoins are going to lag behind that. Now, if you are a trader, okay, if you're a trader or an investor in crypto, please listen. This chart right here, and I've covered this with my students for so long, this is like one of the leading indicators that we'll look at for when altcoins are going to run. Right now, like I drew this out, we are still kind of in this level, and this is the Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart, okay? And I'll even keep it more simple for you. I'm going to give you some free game here, and I'm going to save you some time. I have a video on this that I encourage you to go watch. It's on my channel. But this has really been a conversation I've had with, at this point, tens of thousands of people this year about crypto. I've taught hundreds of thousands in the past 5-6 years, is this dominance chart. Okay, what this dominance chart means is right now there is $1.3 trillion in Bitcoin. About, right now, 60% of that money, okay, excuse me, 1.3 trillion in Bitcoin, 2.4 trillion in all of crypto, according to CoinGecko, okay? So right now, there's about 61% of all the money in crypto is in Bitcoin. When this shifts down, and we don't know where it will, but my guess is that we'll come into the mid-60s, low to mid-60s, and that will be where altcoins start to shift higher, and Bitcoin will go sideways and maybe even drop a little bit. Okay, put a 1 if that makes sense. Okay. And in 2020, okay, so what happened in the 2020 election? Let's take a look at this real quick. Now, remember, what did the Fed, okay, because the president can really put some pressure on the Fed as much as they want to say. Let's go interest. What happened when Biden won in 2020? Okay, we just, we're in the pandemic. We just did a stimulus check. Markets printing money. But what was going on? And I wasn't going to cover this here today, but I will. Okay. What was going on in 2020? Okay. So going into 2020, it's really important for you to understand rates. And what rates are, okay, it makes money cheaper to get, to borrow, or it makes it more expensive to borrow. Okay, does that make sense? Let me check the chat real quick. Does that make sense? So going into 2020, and what rates, okay, going into COVID, they're cutting rates. So they're going into COVID, they actually cut rates. Okay? Now, please pay attention here. Biden comes into office. He gets sworn into office in 2021. Mike, Fed and president have nothing to do with each other. You're right. But if you believe that, I think you're also wrong. Okay. You can historically go back to the beginning of time and you can see that when there's a Democratic president, the dollar goes higher and assets tend to not perform as well. They can perform, but not as well. And when you have a Republican president, go look at the chart, go look at the dollar. I'll show you a little bit here in a second. When there's a Republican president, they send the dollar's value down because they want that money moving into assets, okay? So here's the point, guys, is in 2021, 2022, the market really goes through a bear market like the Bitcoin. Okay, look at Bitcoin, end of 2021 going into 2022. What's happening? This thing is dropping. Why? Well, I think one of the reasons is, look at this. They started to raise interest rates. They started to raise rates. Guys, I would share this live with a friend right now. So they're raising rates. And when you're raising rates, what happens? If you're raising rates in America, okay, here's a little lesson that I was not taught in school. Oh, this chart's a lot going on here. Okay, let me just move this real quick. When you're raising rates, what does that do to the currency? Okay, so let's go right here. 2022, they start raising rates. Right here. What does that do to the currency? It makes the currency go higher. Why? Because people are putting money in this currency to get a higher return on their money. Does that make sense? So they're raising rates environment. Let's just map this out. I'm just going to put raising rates, not raising canes. Okay, raising rates. And we're just talking about the dollar up. When they start cutting rates, it doesn't happen necessarily right away, though. And that's the mistake a lot of people make, and they get trapped. But when they're cutting rates, what happens? It can lead to a dollar down. Now, let's go back real quick. They're raising 25 basis points, 50, 75. I mean, this is just like smashing crypto, right? Like this is just destroying the crypto market. Everything is selling. Everything is going down. And then boom, they pause. They start to pause rates. And they do that consecutively, consistently. And what does the market do? Okay, and if you guys have been following my YouTube channel, I've had this drawn here for months. This level, oh, damn, I just deleted. Hold on, how do I go back? There we go, that red box, I didn't want to delete it. We've had this drawn here for months. All my students know. We've been looking for a bearish dollar around 104 to 106, and right now we're getting it. What are they going to do in 2 days? And we might stay around here and see how that goes. What are they going to do in a couple days? They just cut rates for the first time in years. What are they going to do in 1 day and 19 hours? They're going to cut rates again. And that's why even if Kamala wins, okay, or if Trump wins, it's still a good sign for Bitcoin. Now, my issue is if Kamala wins, she tries to really hurt the altcoin market, specifically DeFi. Because you can see like Gary Gensler and the SEC, they're going after Uniswap right now. They're going after IMX. They just filed a lawsuit against IMX, which is one of the biggest like gaming foundations in crypto. Like that would set back all of the gaming projects that are on Ethereum are all using IMX. So you just set back an entire industry for years. It makes the argument for money to go into Bitcoin. But I believe if Kamala wins, and once again, this is not a political, who you voted for, I really don't care, okay? But if we want that Bitcoin dominance to shift, I'm just being honest, Trump needs to win the election for us to get the altcoin run as soon as we all want it. Because if not, here's what will happen. Bitcoin dominance will just continue to go higher. All of crypto can come down, and I believe that the dominance, people will just get so scared to put money in other assets that Bitcoin will just slowly continue to rise in dominance. And here's the crazy and scary part. We're about to hit 100 viewers on here. Great job, everybody. If you guys can hit that like button, that would do yourself a favor to make more people aware about this. But if the dominance continues to rise, it doesn't necessarily mean that the Bitcoin price will grow. It just means the percentage of all of the money, okay? If this is a circle, Okay, of all of the pie, more money is just filling into Bitcoin. So if this is all of the money, that's the same color. So if this is 100% of the market, the dominance can just start to take over, right? It could be this percentage, and there could be, this could get to 70%, but the price can still drop. And that's the crazy part about this whole election this time. This is the first election that we've had, and we're going to start to get some results here in the next half an hour. We're 36 minutes away, maybe, from knowing. And I have some news stations here that I'm watching, not CNN and Fox, because forget that. But whoever starts to win some of these states, I am expecting volatility in the market. So, for example, I gave this before, I'll give it here again. I am looking for ETH to make a correction to the downside. And if we get that, I will be taking that. Okay. I want to see, and I think we will see tonight, obviously one way or another, up or down, but I think we will see tonight some volatility that tries to trick people. I could even see Bitcoin having a flash crash down here tonight, especially if Trump takes the lead. Regardless, I mean, just from this chart, I wouldn't, if we go to the 4 hour, we go back to the 4 hour time frame. And if you're new to trading, what I'm looking at here is different time frames. So you see where it says 1H. Each one of these candles is an hour of time. Right now I'm on the 4H, so 4 hours. Each one is 4 hours of time. And what's crazy is sometimes these markets move so fast, in one candle, we just see a whole sweep of money. We could see this one candle just come down, boom, and then change direction. So based off of this chart right here, this would make a lot of sense. I don't know how high we would go, but for us to come back into this and then maybe go higher from there, or we just rip. So you got to be very careful with leverage trading in this time. You got to be very careful. I really like that zone down there. There's a lot of activity, a lot of wicks. We are creating, I know there's wicks, but we are creating higher highs here, higher lows right there. We got polls closing in Milwaukee in 90. So yeah, everything is supposed to close at 7 p.m. in that local time zone. So Hawaii will be last, but honestly, Hawaii is like 3. How many votes is Hawaii? Hawaii is like 3 electoral votes. So Hawaii is not even going to matter, to be honest. Highly doubt it. Okay. Let's go to the chat. Let's answer some questions. Drop some questions in the chat. Hope everybody's having a great day. We're just doing a little pre-election breakdown. And this is my biggest concern, okay? I'm not talking about the candidates, but my concern is if Harris wins, okay, from a DeFi standpoint, they're gonna probably try to suppress DeFi. I'm just being honest. Whoever's gonna win is gonna win, but one candidate has DeFi as literally like their own project. You guys see my hoodie here. Defund the media. Media is trash. So I'm just really concerned about this space. I don't want this space to get pushed back years. And it's some scary stuff that could happen if the right people are not in place. Now, and I'm also in agreement that people are selected. I'm also in agreement that what's meant to be is going to happen. Regardless, you have to show up. You have to build your business. You have to take care of your family. You can't blame the government. So regardless of who wins, if you like Kamala and Trump wins, life goes on. If you like Trump and Kamala wins, shit, you better get to work. Okay. Am I still bullish on ILV? Yeah. I'm also just going to be honest with you. We could really be in store for not today does matter. I really don't care about politics. But it's narratives, and politics creates narratives, and you see the good and the bad and the freaking ad campaigns. How many of y'all are ready for no more ad campaigns? You turn on the football game yesterday and there's political ads. You go on social media. So how many of y'all are happy that that's about to be over with? And thank God I live in Florida. I didn't get too many text messages, but I have friends that live in some of the swing states like Georgia and Wisconsin and Pennsylvania. And they were getting texted like 10 times a day. Hey, vote for me. Hey, vote for me here. Man, craziness. So I am happy about that. Now we can see here that some of these votes are coming in. Obviously, this is like, we're getting some votes here in Indiana and Kentucky. Now, I'm pretty sure both of these are usually red states. So we got a long way to go, everybody. We got a long way to go. Glad it's almost over. Yeah, I am too. And guess what? If you would have told me, now here's the one, you guys want to hear something funny? If you would have told me last election, so 2020 election, okay, 2020 election happened in November of 2020. So right here, we were at 13,000. This is like what's crazy. And like kind of like where seasonality and stuff like that comes into place. The market was approaching the all-time high. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Let's scale into that. The market was approaching the all-time high. And actually, Biden came into office and then Bitcoin reacted bullish. That's in play here for sure, of course. And then remember, Biden came into office, they get sworn in January, and then Bitcoin tanks. And then it creates that high, and then they start raising rates, and then we go into a bear market. So just keep this in mind. Like, it's not over until it's over. In 2016, Bitcoin really wasn't a thing. Can you guys remember the 2020 election? Do you guys remember the 2020 election? Like, there was no debates on crypto. We're talking 4 years ago, and now you have, Trump saying that if he wins, he's firing Gary Gensler day one, which means in January he would be fired, which means XRP, this, if anybody needs a Trump victory, it's XRP community. I'm just being honest here. Because this is a guarantee pump for XRP. If Trump wins this thing, and the market knows Gary's getting fired in 2 months, that $2-3 XRP that I was thinking of taking some profits at, that might go a lot higher. We could go all-time high before the inauguration. So there's just things to think about. Obviously, you don't vote, or you shouldn't vote, or you shouldn't like somebody just because you want to make more money. Like, obviously, like there's a lot of other things. Okay, so today we're just talking about crypto, so don't get so soft in the chat. We're not talking about that, okay? Some of the people in this chat, you don't even live in the US. This doesn't even affect you. You can't even vote, but everything here does affect you. Let's take a look at what ETH is doing. ETH's moving up. You guys see how it built that trend line right there? I mean, ETH could pop up here and then drop. Pop. You guys know that song. Sol looks so strong, man. Sol looks so strong. I was looking for Sol here. We had a level on here. Sol came in. Sol never invalidated that area. I sent out a buy on Sol to my students. We never came on the 1 hour we did. And then we came right back in, and then we ran. We hit take profit 1. Nice. Just grabbed a bag of XRP just in case. Yeah, I mean, XRP, and here's what's funny is, did you guys see what happened with, and I want to go over a couple more things with you guys. XRP, Chris Larsen, what is his term? The co-founder of Ripple. He sent would he send $10 million of Ripple to Kamala? Can you imagine? You're sending, this is such a political thing, and it's probably an attention thing. But Chris Larsen, why am I spelling XRP wrong? Come on. He sent $1 million, and then I think he sent 10 more. Whatever, let's just call it $1 million. He sent $1 million of XRP to Kamala's fund. And this is the same vice president that's in office that is suppressing your crypto, suppressing your project. So now here's the thing. He knows something that we all don't know. And I don't care. I don't care if he donated it to the freaking aliens. I really don't care. XRP will have victory here, everybody. Okay. XRP will have victory. Sheesh. Damn emotional coin. I've been holding that thing longer. Where do you think Sol will go? I think Sol's going up regardless. I think Sol will make it through no matter what. I think crypto's gonna make it through the next 4 years. Here's the thing. Kamala wins, great. They start to like really go after crypto. You just make more of a use case for why people should not trust you know who, and you should definitely not trust exchanges. If you're crypto, let me say this real quick. We have a good amount of people on here. If your crypto is sitting on any of these exchanges right now, you are playing games. If this market starts to get volatile tonight, tomorrow, the next couple of days, you best believe that Coinbase will crash. And until Coinbase starts to crash a lot, and until it's like actually in the App Store a lot, like the rankings are going up, the rankings are going up in Coinbase, we're still very far. There's actually a Twitter account. You guys want to see this? And guys, real quick, DeFi Mike Sotero on Twitter is not me. We got the account suspended. My Twitter is just DeFi Mike, but there's 2 I's. Okay, it has the blue check. Don't get confused. You guys want to see something? What was I just talking about? Oh yeah, Coinbase. Take a look at this. This is a cool account to follow. Every like 8 hours, it shows you where the Coinbase app is ranked in the App Store. So here we can see it's 361 in the Apple Store and 27 in finance. What does that mean? It means that people are not downloading and buying it and buying crypto, which means retail is not really giving a you know what about crypto yet. So when this starts to get like top 100, top 50, Coinbase is the #1 app in the App Store, Bitcoin will probably be like 890K. Do you have zones to accumulate other right now? Like this is a great zone for XRP. Sure, you can say 40, 50 cents. Here's all I know. And this is when I took my biggest entry on XRP was right here off that candle. It's been a roller coaster, man. I'm not going to lie. It's been a roller coaster. And the second that I sell, the market would go up. So I'm not going to do that. Like we've literally been suppressed since May. Like other than the news here that they're not a security, XRP has not really moved in like literally like almost 3 freaking years. Send it higher. That's all I got to say. Send it higher. All right, let's go through a couple other things here. So we have DeFi Llama, and you guys can keep dropping questions in the chat. We have DeFi Llama. We're still like halfway to the top of DeFi from the previous top in DeFi. We're at 86. We had 170, 180 billion. Okay. We look at a chart. Whoops. Put that back there. We look at this chart right here and we go to total 3. Okay. This is all of the money in crypto outside of Bitcoin and ETH. You have equal highs right here. Damn, you have like a lot of money sitting right there. Like a big breakout will take that out. The question is will it happen with some of this news? I mean, there's a lot of money sitting right there. Even if, okay, here's the cool thing is even if we came back down here, 50% holding. Even if we were to revisit this level, it would definitely send your altcoins down pretty significantly. But even if we did, I would still be aggressive buying. Here's how I look at it. With the altcoin stuff and like altcoin market, the longer it's suppressed, not the farther it's going to go or like the higher it's going to go. Well, yeah, but yeah, that is a byproduct. But the more amount of money that can come in because the foundations are being built. So like, let's go take a look at another thing right here. Let me show you guys something else. You have companies like Grayscale, which, you know, they were doing the Bitcoin ETF, but they were doing a Bitcoin ETF for a while and nobody believed them. Look at what they tweeted yesterday. Okay, take a look at this. Grayscale large cap fund. So they're creating a fund and investors are putting money into the fund and it's like a basket, just like an index fund or anything like that. It's a basket. Okay, thanks for the value, Mike. I'm only 16 years old. Hey, you're going to be ahead of everybody. Hey, guys, let's drop some 7s in the chat for Ramiro. 16 years old. I've been watching your channel and it has helped me for sure. I appreciate that. Let's drop some sevens in the chat for Ramiro. I mean, if you haven't gone through my free course, Ramiro, this is for everybody. It's happybullrun.com. I would highly encourage you to go through this. It's 3 days. It's free, completely for free. And this is going to set everybody up here. If you haven't gone through this, I could have sold this for whatever price people would pay. But we've had, how many people have we had take this so far? I think we've had like 5,000 or 6,000 people already take this. I got to get the numbers from my team. We've had thousands of people already take this, sell into Euphoria while your friends and family buy into it. Click this. We'll send the direct link to your email. So happybullrun.com. Anyways, so just like a basket, right? If you guys are like stock people here, any stock people here, like QQQ, like this is a basket, right? That's what you would kind of call that. What does QQQ invest in? So like, for example, QQQ, it's an ETF, okay? So yeah, Grayscale is an ETF as well. And if you buy the QQQ stock, it's a byproduct of Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Broad.com, Meta, Amazon, Tesla, Costco. So you could buy each of these individually, but what if Microsoft has a bad day or month or year? Well, you can get some exposure in these ETFs. So that's what Grayscale is doing, but with crypto. Does this make sense? Watching your stream in class. I love it. I love it. Where do you live? It's in class, 6:40 p.m. over here, and we're trying to see who's going to be the next president of the United States. I don't know. I don't really think we're going to know tonight. Okay, some of these votes are coming in, 200,000. We are expecting Florida to report here at about 7 p.m. Eastern. That's where I live. This is so ridiculous. I don't care what political side you're on. I don't care who you voted for. But this dude took himself off of the he took himself out of the election, right? You know what side he's on. And they still put him on the ballot in Michigan and Wisconsin, I believe, in 2 states. If you don't believe in corruption, you are in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. It's not even about blue or red. We know politics was created to divide and not unite. We know that. Like, you should know that. If you don't, you need to learn how to think for yourself. But like, you can see that there's resistance, right? How many of you guys have ever felt like the world was pushing against you? And in my opinion, I feel like the world is pushing against, and this is in the Bible, like the truth, I'll just call it the truth. Like some things need to come to light. Is 340 in California just got out? Oh yeah, California. My bad. I'm thinking Illinois. It is true. Hey Ross, got Ross in the building. What's up, bro? So, anyways, basically what QQQ is what Grayscale is doing now. How many of you guys see the coins that they're investing in? I mean, come on, look at this. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and I've become a fan of Avalanche. I'm not going to give you my entries on Avalanche, but I have become a fan on Avalanche. Okay. Guys, this is going to be so nice if this can play out here today. It might not play out on the stream. I have limit orders set, probably even a little bit under that level right there, but that's okay. Okay. So we're looking at DeFi, and what's interesting here is we're really not seeing much, like it's just kind of, it's very small percentages going in and out. And that is what doesn't worry me, but like it creates uncertainty. Any financial market that has uncertainty, it's not good, right? So like if this election doesn't get announced tonight, which maybe it could be like 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning where we actually know, like votes are coming in, but we need to see. And like, regardless who wins, like, I think there's going to be massive lawsuits on both sides. Like, anybody else get that feeling? Like, it's just I think it's going to be a little chaotic no matter what. Hold on. What's up with this? Here we go. We are 17 minutes away from Florida. We'll see if Florida gets announced. So glad to be awake and aware. Those are so powerful words, man. Awake and aware. I don't care, like, people, like, this is not a political conversation. This YouTube stream right now is, how is the market going to react? How do I feed my family? How do I position my portfolio? Okay. Kamala wins. Okay. What's the game plan for me? Okay. She didn't help the people in North Carolina. And some of them were my friends that lost everything. So we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. I'm going to grab some water, guys. Give me a quick second. We are not going to go down that rabbit hole today. Okay. We're gonna be nice. We're gonna be nice people. We're gonna be nice people here. Yeah. We're gonna be nice people. Anyways. Can you briefly describe your strategy? What's your opinion of ICT? It all works. All the strategies work, okay? All strategies work. Test it, figure it out. They all work. ICT works. They all work. It's always choosing the lesser evil. Yeah, you can look at it that way. Lunchtime in New Zealand. What's up, Todd? Good to see you, bro. All right, so let's go through a couple other things. If you guys have more questions, we're going into in 2 days. Okay, here's what's going on this week. Obviously, election. If you haven't figured that part out here, and if you guys haven't already, please hit that like button and that subscribe button. And that would be the only thing I ask of you for tonight, is hit like and subscribe down below. I just dropped my first vlog on this channel. If you guys haven't seen it, second one will be dropping Thursday or Friday. And I'm pretty much all in on YouTube right now. Instagram is just so annoying. I get shadow banned on Instagram like all the time. Anybody else get shadow banned? Anybody grateful for Twitter? You know what's also crazy? Okay. And I'll just say this right now, like, Elon buying Twitter might have, you know, obviously helped Trump heavily. So just throwing that out there, like, we didn't have like freedom of speech, and like, I don't understand how some people could be against freedom of speech. Like, I don't care who you vote for, but don't you want to be able to say whatever you want to say? So we didn't have that this election, okay, in 2020 election. Please, everybody, remember that. So things that were being hidden on Facebook, which it came out that it was true, it wasn't a conspiracy. They were hiding your posts if you said things that they didn't agree with. Yeah. Do you do live trading? Depends what you decide. You know, it depends what live trading is to you. Do I say, hey, buy this, sell this? No, that's not going to teach you anything. I teach people, I educate people, I help people learn how to build, how to trade, how to build their portfolio, how to trade for themselves. You know, I've never seen really anybody get rich off of signals or telling people what to do. Like, you can help people, you can guide people, but at the end of the day, they got to do it. And trading is emotional. It's psychological. It's a battle that you have to overcome. I was giving this example the other day to somebody. You know, it's like, let's say you go into a trade, and I'm going to give you a dollar amount, but this is just, let's just keep it simple here. Let's say you're in profit, $500. The average American, their car payment, let's say you're up $600, excuse me. Average car payment, watch this, this is crazy. The average car payment in the US right now is like over $700. That is crazy. Okay. I bought a BMW when I was 18. Extremely irresponsible thing to do, by the way. Please do not do that. Ramiro, don't do that. Nobody here needs a car. Is such a liability. I learned the hard way. I wasted $50,000 from that stupid ass car. But anyways, even after buying that car, my car payment was still like $500. And the car was like $55K because rates were so low. In what, 2014, I bought that car, 2013, 2014. So now car payments have literally gone up like 50% in the past 10 years. In that example, right? So for example, Let me show you. If you are, let's say you're in profit $600 in a trade, what's the thing that, you have to kind of equate that to? Let's say you're up $600 and you just hit your like 1 to 3 risk to reward. What happens when you're new to trading and investing is you think it's going to keep going up, right? Anybody ever been there before? It's going to keep going up. It's going to keep going up. And then what does the market do? Market comes back, takes you out, hits your stop loss. And now that plus $600, now you're back at break even, or maybe even negative, but let's just say break even. Now, here's where the psychological stuff comes into place. Now you start telling yourself, I'm such an idiot. If I would have just taken profit, I could have paid for my car. My car payment could have been paid. And now you start second guessing yourself. And now you start going in down a spiral. But let's say you're up $600. This took me years to figure out. A responsible thing to do would be like, okay, groceries this month are going to be probably like $600 to $800. I'm in profit. Why don't I just take profits, pay that car payment off, or pay the groceries, use that money for groceries, and that's one less thing that alleviates, that reduces any stress and adds. See, things that add peace of mind to your life, you should double down on. We could do a whole vlog on that. I'm going to say it again. Things that add peace of mind to your life, whether it's people being in your life, whether it's a business that you're involved in, whether it's skills, whether it's anything that can add peace of mind, this next 12 months, I want you to double down on. I want you to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to spend a little bit more time there. So in this example, I know it sounds stupid, but next time you'll think about me, hopefully, in this example. You're in profit. Let's say you're in profit. Now, guys, I'm talking a little bit more towards trading, not your portfolio, because we know portfolio can swing up and it can swing down. Talking a little bit more for the traders real quick. Let's say you're in profit and you have the ability to take all your bills and just poof, they're gone because you took profit. And if you did it once, you can do it again. Get good at withdrawing money. Get good at taking money out of the market and not letting it take from you. Some people get into trading with this fantasy, Lambo, Ferrari. Look, trading at the beach is freaking miserable. That whole, I'm going to sit on the beach with my laptop. Why would I want to do that? Stop believing those lies. The people that are actually making money, they don't take their laptop to the beach. Okay? They don't. But they're not running to the beach every day to trade there. They're making their money and then they're getting off their charts. I don't know why that became such a thing. And it's because trading has become so toxic that people think, whatever. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole. But look, it's better to trade, make money, than go to the beach and enjoy yourself. You guys get what I'm saying? Why would you go to the beach with open position that you over leveraged on? Because that's what people do. Most people can't even use risk management. So, all right, hopefully this is helping somebody and somebody's having a breakthrough here tonight. Yes, Ethereum is dropping right now. I love to see it. Give me the push down. 2393, 2393. Give me that number here today. Okay. Yeah. Can you imagine? Right now I have two screens. I'm in the living room right now, in the other room, not in my office. Imagine me taking 3 screens to the beach. And I bring it. I mean, it's actually a kind of cool thing. Maybe we'll do a stream from the beach one day and we'll vlog the entire thing. I just got this. Y'all see this? I just got this Pocket 3. Actually, I'm not recording anything right now. Maybe I should be. So this is what I'm recording all my vlogs on. If you guys haven't checked out my last vlog, it's on my page. It's nothing to do with trading, but a little behind the scenes stuff. All right, let's go back to some questions, guys. And girls, men and women. We are literally streaming on YouTube right now. We got 100+ people on here. On election day. Shout out to you for being here. You don't even have, you could be watching the damn news and stuff. hopefully you're getting some better energy here and we're having some more fun. I have all these other news things popped up here, but they're just talking BS right now. So let's drop some more questions. I'm proud of you for being here. Hey, Mike. Hey, brother Ty, having my New Zealand lunch as well. Man, I got to get to New Zealand. I've heard only great things. The question is do I go to New Zealand first or Australia? And are the Australians going to get mad that I visited New Zealand first? Is that like a big thing? Or they don't care? Shout out to you for helping us. Of course, I identify as Bitcoin and USD. Yeah, I'm about to get a new license plate for my car. And I'm going to put a probably, I'm not going to tell you, but I'm going to put some crypto stuff. Solana will definitely be in there. No, just do both. That's true. The news, man. Yeah, the news is just so toxic. I'm trying to really stay off my phone today because it's just toxic, man. Like being on Twitter today, like my heart started to pump and I was at the gym. Maybe that was it, but I was just like, that's crazy. Mike, did you vote? Will you be going to Mars? I did vote. I'm not going to talk about who I voted for, but you can probably guess. But do you watch CNBC? I have CNBC pulled up as one of the tabs, but I also have some other news stations that are they're all biased. And you know what's crazy is all the news stations are owned by the same people, aka BlackRock. Okay, CNN and Fox are both owned by the same people, and they just kind of pin each other down. So we'll see. Guys, we're 5 minutes away. Hopefully we maybe, I'm going to be honest. We are 5 minutes away from maybe Florida, maybe from Georgia, but probably not Florida. Floridians are late to everything. If you're from Florida, like you're late, like you'll be late to your own funeral. Like Floridians are not on time. If you live in Orlando down, you are not an on-time person. Orlando up, you'll be there early. Is your free course for beginners? Yes, it is. It is 100% for beginners. Day 1 is all about beginners. Day 2 is about the charts. Study day 2. And day 3 is, I actually give you a game plan. And you know what's crazy? When I recorded this, I think the market was a little bit lower than current prices, but some of the altcoins have dropped since I recorded this. So you're going to be able to get better entries when you go through that. So we have election here today, Tuesday. Thursday, we have interest rate cuts. That's why I'm really believing we're going to get a big spike here in the market here tonight. ETH is my favorite setup, my favorite play for sure. When you know, damn, Mike, don't do us like that. Do you think even after election, will bleed the markets? Really depends. If Kamala wins, I think the market could sell off. And remember, stock market's closed right now. Tomorrow morning, New York session is going to be crazy. And remember, the Bitcoin ETFs, they're publicly traded, right? So they're like stocks. If Bitcoin makes an aggressive move here today, up or down, BlackRock's going to take action. If the market goes down today and Bitcoin tanks, which is kind of what I'm leaning on here. What time frame am I on? I'm kind of leaning here towards, let's remove everything, this getting taken out. Similar setup to ETH. I think ETH is a little bit nicer, but something like this would make a lot of sense for me tonight, for us to come into the 67s. And then maybe Trump starts to win some different states toward the later evening of the night. And then we go higher. Dollars tanking. Yes. How many of you guys have seen me cover this? Like I've been doing some YouTube streams and like I literally haven't touched this chart. Like I've left everything the same. I haven't touched anything except for that stuff that I added right there. Like we caught the buys. I mean, this makes sense. And if you study the presidents, Democrat, Republican, that does matter here. Crazy volatility on stocks. Yeah, tomorrow morning is going to be crazy one way or another. Tomorrow morning is going to be nuts. Now you can see S&P 500. Okay, this is like overall stock market. It gapped. And now we're kind of filling that gap. You guys know, for example, like Trump has a token or a stock is a token, Trump Media and Technology. Take a look at this. I mean, you talk about pumping your own bags. I mean, his company, this is, if he wins, this is going to go nuts. And if he loses, it's going to probably sell off. It'll be interesting. Will a Trump win speed up the 4-year cycle? I think so. I think a Trump victory in the next 2 years, I think we see a crazy run. That's just my thought, my opinion. You don't have to vote for him. It's probably too late now, but you know, votes are coming in. Yeah, votes are coming in here in Indiana, it looks like. And so you guys see that number right there, 6% reported, 12% reported. Obviously, like, that's how they call each state. So if we get to like 80%, 90%, they'll start to announce like, okay, this person won this state, this person won that state. We're 1 minute away from potential results in Georgia and Florida. Highly doubt it's going to happen on time. Mike, did you put any money on the election? I did not. My money on the election is in my crypto account. So, and there's a good amount there. So we'll leave it at that. We will leave it at that, sir. Mike, I dumped my girl. She wasn't my crypto key. She wasn't my crypto keys. Crazy Latina. I'm not going to get into that talk right now with you, Johnny D. But hey, I hope you're happy and I hope everybody's good. And you know, you do what you got to do. Man, that's funny. What's up, Nas? Good to see you. UK in the building. Dollars tanking you up. I was once offered to live in Miami and I said no so quick. Hey, don't be hating on Miami. But all right, 7 p.m. Let's see what happens, guys. We're gonna wrap up this stream. If you guys have had some fun, please hit that like button and subscribe button. Tomorrow I can't stream, but I might do an Instagram live tomorrow. There's no way. Hold on, let me see what these stations are saying.
All right, 7 o'clock in the East, and we will not waste any time. This is the moment where we move from those months of speculations to actual results.
That's right. The polls have just closed in 6 states, and NBC News is ready to make our first projections of the night. Here we go. We start with the state of Kentucky. NBC News projects that Donald Trump will win in Kentucky tonight. Let's move to Vermont. NBC News projects that Vermont will go in the Kamala Harris column this evening.
Here we go.
This is where it brings us. The 270 right now. The
first inning.
Donald Trump out in front with 8 electoral votes, 3 for Harris. A long way to go to get that 270, but that's where we are right now.
Well, polls closed in a handful of states, and these are the ones we haven't called yet: Indiana, South Carolina, Virginia, and that all-important state of Georgia. And here's how we're projecting it right now. Too early to call. It may come tonight, but it's not coming this exact moment. So
Georgia is so important, guys, in this election.
We don't have any results yet to show you out of Georgia. It is simply too early to call, but Georgia is one of the faster states to count. So as I go over to Tom Llamas, who's starting to pull up the big board there and looking into
guys, we're going to watch like a minute.
We're looking at. See, you've got Kentucky up on your map. Why is that?
This is the earliest. This is the earliest data.
Oh my God!
So far, we have called Kentucky for former President Trump so far. I'm just trying to get a lay of the land to see, how is it looking compared to 2020? Again, a lot of that vote is still out, but we were able to make the projection as we explained to you. I also want to talk about Indiana because we're getting some vote data here. Still too early to call. Remember, only 14% of that vote is in right now. We also have this great feature on our board where we can show you where the remaining vote is. So obviously, the bigger the bubble is around those counties, that's how many votes are still outstanding. So here in the Indianapolis region, still a ton of votes waiting there. This is a state that Republicans have really done very, very well in elections past. If you go back here, Trump in 2020 won by about 16 points. Before that, it was even higher against Hillary Clinton. This is a state that Republicans are going to be safely in the win column, most likely. One of the places we can start to get data from is Hamilton County, with 60% of the vote in. This is not a great sign for Trump right now, but again, I want to be very clear. It's only 60% of the vote in, and this is what I'm talking about. 52% is what he won in 2020. She's on top right now with about 50% of the vote. There's about 1,300 vote difference right now. Again, still very early, but this is the first data we're getting tonight, so we're kind of parsing what we can so far. There are big areas like South Bend, Pete Buttigieg, who was the mayor there, obviously, where Notre Dame is as well, and the big city of Indianapolis, Evansville. There's a university down there. A lot of if we look at the map in 2020, these are mostly rural counties, red counties where Trump can really run up the vote. But again, in some of these smaller counties, he wants to be 60, 70% to make sure he can overcome what she's going to get in Indianapolis. But still very early tonight, Savannah. We're going to get a lot of data as it's coming in hot and heavy throughout the night. But right now, still very, very early.
This is when we get the tea leaves out. This is the tea leaves portion of the night. And, you know, you have a red state. You know that Indiana's that Trump will prevail most likely. Same thing with Kentucky. But
All right, we got the score at 8-3 right now. We're in the first inning of this thing. We'll monitor it the next couple of minutes. It's going to be interesting. I don't know if I was home last election. Oh wait, I think we were all home. Weren't we locked down in our houses? I think Florida was open by then. The point is, like, wherever these numbers, oh wait, they just called something else. We're at 19-3 right now. They just called. Okay, hold on. Here, wait, Florida, 19% reporting. See, I could never be like a politician or even talk about this stuff because I suck at all this stuff. But how did he get 19 votes? Indiana and Kentucky. So right now he's leading Indiana and Kentucky. That's why this says 19. Long way to go, everybody. It's going to be probably crazy. Are you liking where AVAX is sitting now? Yep, I like AVAX where it's sitting now. What I want to see here is ETH sweep that low. And we probably need Bitcoin to make a move down as well. I really like Bitcoin, guys, in this level. I'm not going to take Bitcoin for a leveraged idea because it's just, it could get a little crazy. I think ETH would move a little bit slower down. So let's see if we get that.
That's right. Get her margins even higher in the suburbs and why she has to make up for the rural vote that is expected.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, guys, any other questions? Feel free to drop it. The daily candle just closed in crypto. You know, this was the daily. This is the new daily. So if we can make a push down, we might even see that wick get filled. ETH went as high as what, 2480 here today. Mike, what would you say is the greatest opportunity in crypto? Greatest opportunity is being in crypto. That is the greatest opportunity. Depends where you're at. Everybody's at a different place with their capital, with the strategy. You know, everybody's at a different place. So hold on one second. So the question was, what would you say is the greatest opportunity? I mean, obviously it's being here, but man, I think it's also like just if you can understand trading and if you can understand that you can make money both ways the market goes, I think that's your greatest opportunity. Mike, what about Sol? Likely dip like ETH. Sol is looking a lot stronger than Ethereum. If we go to Sol USD here, like Sol on the daily looks really good. Like even if Sol were to drop anywhere in here, like this still remains bullish. My only concern, and Bitcoin would need to go back to like 60K for this to happen. My only concern for Sol is like this level of liquidity or this trend line. I just don't think we would get that low to come all the way back down. You know, I think this move August 5th was like, this is why like all my students did so well. Like August 5th to August 5th to like September 6th is just so important. Mike, I'm trying to find a book to read right now. I just finished Why the Rich Get Richer. Yeah, a couple of good books here. Nothing to do with trading. I would read What to Say When You Talk to Yourself, and I would read Outwitting the Devil. I would definitely go read Outwitting the Devil. Hold on, guys. We got some stuff from Florida right here.
Show this why this is important. So here in Florida, we have the I-4 corridor, right? And this is kind of the central part of the state. It cuts right through here. When you think about Florida, you can think about it in three parts. The Panhandle, it's very red. That's Trump country in a lot of those counties. South Florida, usually reliably Democratic, but Republicans have made some inroads. And it's this I-4 corridor that is really the swing region. It's also the area where you find a large number of Puerto Rican voters as well. So when we come into Osceola, I wanted to highlight this because we have 71% of the vote in. This is usually a reliably blue county for Democrats. Again, not all of the vote is in. It is still early, but you can see Harris is underperforming in what is historically a blue county for Democrats. 56 for Joe Biden in 2020, 51 for Harris right now with 71% of the vote in. Again, it's still very early. So how is Trump doing? Well, in a county that he usually does very well in, Volusia County on the East Coast here, 56% in 2020 with 70% of the vote in. He's now at 59%. So he's overperforming. Again, still a lot of vote out. Still a lot to do here and kind of see where the vote is going. But those are good signs. Listen, Florida has been trending red. Trump won it in 2016. He won it in 2020. Actually, in 2016, when that political earthquake happened, it really happened once we started calling Florida. 30 electoral votes. The map gets very, very hard for Trump if he doesn't win Florida. Without Florida, his sort of strategy in the blue wall and everywhere else kind of collapses. He needed this in the win column. Still very early. Right now, statewide, only 18% of the vote is in. We can find out where that remaining vote
I need to get one of those
tonight.
boards.
So you can see in the major cities, Tampa, we're still going to...
How do we get one of those boards right now?
Both Milton and Helene affected voters there. Pinellas County, just to the west of that, a big swing county. Orlando, that's a hub for Democrats. Duval County, we actually have some vote in Duval County.
All right, we're not going to watch anymore. This is killing my brain cells. How do you keep your energy up? Well, right now I'm drinking this stupid energy drink, but I naturally have energy, but I've been eating a lot more steak. Steak's giving me a lot of energy. I had steak actually before I had a steak sandwich before I came live here at 5 p.m. But yeah. What's your top tip? Definitely going to the sauna. I might even go to the sauna right now. Go to the sauna every single day and work out every single day. Are you still doing your reading club? Of course, yeah. I just finished my first book club. If you guys go to, and we're going to wrap up here. I might do an Instagram live later. If you guys go to MikeSotero.com, my team put together this website. Literally everything I have is here. I do a monthly state of crypto call that you can register for. The next call, it's kind of like this, but I bring in guests. My last guest has done, like 300 million in real estate volume. Mr. Ryan Farbstein, maybe more than that now. He sold 2 properties in Bitcoin for like 20 plus million. It's on my page. If you guys go to my, you're on this YouTube, go on my page and look for it. It's in the lives tab. And then I do a book club. Just answering this question real quick. My next book club is actually going to be November 11th to the 14th. So actually next week at 6 p.m. Eastern. We do have a time change here, 6 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be on this book. I actually have it right here. And how we're going to do this book club is going to be different. It's not just going to be like chapter by chapter. I'm literally going to open up the book. Here's the book. And I'm just going to go like this. And then we're going to read. So like right here, it literally says living self-mastery. And then this is the Tao Te Ching. It says, one who understands others has knowledge. One who understands himself has wisdom. Oh my God. The book club is on the 11th, but I'm going to read this. Mastering others requires force. Mastering the self needs strength. If you realize that you have enough, you are truly rich. One who gives himself to his position surely lives long. One who gives himself to God surely lives forever. Woo! Go, yeah, the book club's in fire, whatever. So definitely I would read this book as well. If you guys are not registered for the book club, you can do that right there. So everything that I have is on MikeSotero.com. We have a bunch of free different books here. You guys can go through the course, all that stuff. Okay. Any other questions? Let's see what these guys are saying. They're still talking about Florida. Any updates here? Do you participate in ICOs? I personally do not. Okay, 3% in Georgia. Georgia is a swing state. If Trump wins Georgia, that could definitely start to lead to a market rally. Maybe a little correction first, though. Based on the chart, I want to see that pullback. So, all right, y'all. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night. We're going to wrap this thing up. We've been live for like an hour, 15 minutes. Glad that you guys made it through everything or through the entire stream. If you guys want to watch the replay, it'll be on my page. And let's see what happens. Hope you guys have a great night. Don't get too caught up in this. Get some pizza, get some tacos. Watch what happens later tonight. We have a lot of polls that will be closing in the next couple of hours. And at the end of the day, you got to focus on what you can control. And we can't control the outcome of this election at this current point. Mike, what do you trade other markets? If so, what's good? I trade stock options and I trade Forex a little bit, but mainly crypto and stock options and stocks. Mike, you're a legend. I appreciate you. Sue says, thank you. Brilliant as always. I appreciate you. Stop listening to the news. Can we check? Yeah, I got you. Let's check Forex Factory one more time. So yes, Forex Factory is mainly election today. FOMC on Thursday. I usually do a YouTube stream on Thursday, but I won't be home. And we're going to get 50 basis points. They're expecting 4.7. We're going to get 50. And then there's really nothing. And then we have inflation next week. So there's some room here for these markets to make a big move. Florida is on the red wave. Probably. Thank you. You're the GOAT. I appreciate you. If somebody that didn't quit. Can you go over stock options down the road? Yeah, maybe. Definitely not tonight, but yeah, we can definitely get into that. I was thinking about putting together a very basic free course on stock options. Let me know in the chat if you guys would like that. Very, very basic course. I am not a master at that. I got into it about a year ago. But we did call Peloton at $2. We got strike prices at 3, 4, and 5. How many of y'all caught my Peloton level? Make sure you guys subscribe. You guys can go on my channel and see it for yourself. This is the exact chart. I dropped Peloton down here. Yeah. The entire summer, we were scaling into Peloton. We had like 6-month calls. We started to scale out at 510, 650, and pretty much this level up here, 840. I'm personally out of this now. But we had crushed Peloton strategy plus everything. We crushed it. We also crushed Riot, which is a Bitcoin mining company. We caught this at 680. I think Riot is going to do so well in the next couple of months. You can see big volume coming in, big money's coming in. It's I'm literally giving y'all a free game here. If you look at publicly traded companies that are holding Bitcoin, MicroStrategy, Marathon, Galaxy, Tesla, Coinbase, Riot. Riot is right behind Tesla. Riot is a mining company in the US. Yeah, they're mining Bitcoin and they're trying to buy more mining companies. They're profitable. They're doing very well. Yeah, they're doing very well. Yes, please. I caught it. Cool. Amazing. Yes, for the basics. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, guys. Last but not least, hit the like button, share, and go through my channel. I have a ton of videos that I've recently put out. So go through them, and I hope you guys have a great day. Let's see what happens with this election. Regardless, you're going to be fine. Take a deep breath. Go for a walk. Get into a sauna. Don't stress the things that you can't control. Can't control this election. I can't either. And it's going to be a great next 4 years, regardless of who wins this thing, okay? See y'all.